Hi everyone, today we're going to cover some breaking news coming out of Tattoo Chef that they have just made an acquisition, so we're going to do that all today and make this video on it. I was going to do a video kind of doing a quick round of news stories with the news of Tesla, what's going on there, InMo, DraftKings, so I might still do that video tomorrow, and by the time tomorrow earnings come out there might be a few more added onto here, but as we're going to do this, out of nowhere, breaking news came out that Tattoo Chef were going to make a big acquisition, so I thought we'd cover this news story, and we've not talked about Tattoo Chef for a while. I think since Q2, everyone's been a little bit like, like a little bit down with Tattoo Chef, but don't worry, that's only short term. Let's think about the long term game, and hopefully when we get around to Q3, which I think is about 2 weeks off, that might give us some positive news, and everyone might get a bit happy about it. And I think that's shown in the share price actually since. When we had Q2, it's a stock that hasn't really been doing much. So yeah, but going on to the news today, the acquisition that they've made. At the moment, it's been taken pretty positively. We were up about 2%, now we're up about 1%. So yeah, it looks like everyone's kind of like happy with it from what I can see at the moment. The news that came out was that Tattoo Chef have made an acquisition and they're going to acquire Belmont Confection. So that's who they're going to be buying. Now I've highlighted the key bits that I'll read to you. If you do want to read it, just go onto the investor relation page and you can read it all in full here. I thought I'd just kind of read you the quick really important bits out, in my opinion. I don't want to end up like reading you a story here, so yeah, I'll just kind of point out some really key bits here. So they've entered into agreement to acquire Belmont Confections, private label co-manufacturer of nutrition bars, for approximately 18 million in cash and stock. So yeah, this obviously is Tattoo Chef trying to move into the snack bars. We know that has been something that Tattoo Chef have been on about doing for a long time, and it looks like this will be the acquisition that will help them move into there. As an investor, I think that's great. I think one of the big things I always I can't remember exactly where I got it from. It's from Peter Lynch. I can't remember if it's from an interview or it's from a book, but I always remember him saying that one of the big things that what you need to really price in as an investor is that you understand a company, but then what that company starts doing is starts adding up for income streams into its business, and that can be a game changer. That can be, people don't recognize how big of an income stream that can be when you add that into a company, and you start assessing, okay, now you have the potential that they add this into what they're doing. So this moving into the snack bars is Tattoo Chef once again making a broader income streams that come into that business. So for me, great move. Obviously they're doing amazing at the moment, but having snack bars is great. Obviously the key thing here is that they paid 18 million in cash and stock. So 18 million I think isn't too bad for what they paid for it, and we'll take a look at that in a second. But they're paying it in cash and stock. So if we do go on to Tattoo Chef, we know the great thing about Tattoo Chef at the moment is they have, for a 1.5 billion market cap company, to have 140 million cash is really healthy. We know Tattoo Chef has a very good balance sheet. Obviously they're sitting on 140 million cash, so using that cash for an acquisition, it is absolutely perfect. I like how they did do a cash and stock combination. Obviously you don't want to take too much money out of that balance sheet, so if you just a little bit of capital, a little bit of shares, I think that's the perfect way to go. So yeah, Tattoo Chef are in a position that they are in a healthy place where they can afford to kind of do this acquisition. So no problems there. I'm happy with how they paid for it. We'll talk about how much they paid for it in a second. And the transaction has been approved and is expected to close in the fourth quarter of 2021. So it looks like 2022 will be the year that we see Tattoo Chef probably push a bit more into the snack bar business, which will be great. Another great addition to watch in 2022. Based in Youngstown, Ohio, specialises in the development of manufacturing of snack and nutrition bars, the 47,000 square foot facility already has the equipment in place to manufacture many different types of bars, and now partnered with the innovation from Tattoo Chef will allow the company to become a leader in the bar sector. So I think this is the big thing that they kind of point out here, is they didn't acquire the company to have its bars that it already produces, but the fact that they have bought the facility that will allow Tattoo Chef to kind of put the bars that they want to make into production. So I think this is really good, because you think about the production strains that Tattoo Chef probably have at the moment. Obviously they've added a couple more facilities in, but you think over the last kind of year really, Tattoo Chef has gone from supplying something like 4,000 stores, I think it was, to 12,000 stores. So if you're supplying that many stores, that's obviously going to take a lot more out of your production facilities you have. So if you want to then add snack bars in and to have all that facility there to produce it, then obviously that's going to cause a lot of problems of where you put it, which facility you go to, having the right equipment for that. So I think this is the step of that they have a separate facility that they can basically produce all these snack bars. So yeah, I think that's the big thing they're aiming for, isn't they're not actually bothered about the actual brand and the customers they have, even though they probably say to the customers, look, we can supply these snack bars which are our own, but more that they get in the facility. So yeah, I think that's mainly what Tattoo Chef were looking at. And you can see here that they are looking to enter the 10 billion global plant-based bar category. So once again, adding into another income stream into the business, which is great. At full capacity, we believe the Belmont facility can contribute over 100 million annually in revenue in the next 2 or 3 years. So you consider what they're already producing and what they probably will do in the next 2 or 3 years. They've identified this opportunity to be potentially something that adds 100 million revenue in the next 2 or 3 years. And obviously my aim as a long-term investor has been in Tattoo Chef. I want them to get to probably about doing about 1 billion in revenue around about 2025 or 2026. So obviously this will be a big contribution to that. So this is Belmont Confections website. It's pretty basic. There's not too much on there. A couple of images of the bars they produce, I believe. If we have a look here at Rocket Reach, which I don't know how correct the information is, I've done a couple of searches around Google. It looks like the figures look about right. And you can see here that at the moment they do about 18 million in revenue. So if we have a look at what Tattoo Chef's saying is they expect to get 100 million from this purchase or this facility. Obviously that's quite a bit of an expansion. That's obviously doing 5x the revenue that they're currently doing at this facility. So yeah, that's going to be interesting how they manage that. That is a bit of a ramp up. Obviously, they'll be thinking, obviously, they've been private label before, but there might be better margins than what Tattoo Chef do, and potentially that they will be able to produce a lot more. So, yeah, I don't know if they're expanding the facility or the markup or something, but it will be a challenge for Tattoo Chef to get that up there. It will be interesting to see how they do it. But from a point of view of what they paid for it, obviously, the company's currently doing 18 million right now. So if we actually consider what Tattoo Chef just paid for it, which was 18 million cash and stock, that's pretty good going, because as well as getting the 18, you get in the business basically for one-time sales, and then you get all that equipment there. In my opinion, that is, Tattoo Chef have paid a really good price for this business. The only little tricky thing that I see is over the next 2 or 3 years to kind of get to that 100 million target. To 5x revenues from the facilities. Like I said, potentially, they will make better markup from the Tattoo Chef brand, and potentially they will be able to produce more items. So yeah, it could happen. It is an ambitious target, but they can do it. But as from what I can see right now, for definite, the price they have paid is really good. And if we actually go have a look here, this is actually the facility they have bought here. You can see. So yeah, it's not too bad of a size really. If I actually go on the street view here, you can see here this is the facility they have bought. So yeah, it looks like a pretty good purchase overall. Like I said, it will be a challenge, I think, to get to that 100 million mark. I think they could do it though. But overall, my thoughts are it's a great move. A great move from having that additional income stream now being added into Tattoo Chef, as well as the additional income stream added from Tattoo Chef is the TAM they're now entering, and as well as the TAM that they're entering, I feel like they have paid a very good price for it. So everything looks a good move from Tattoo Chef, so pretty happy as a shareholder. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And like I said before at the start of the video, I will try and do the video that I was planning to do today before Tattoo Chef decided to go buy this company. I will try and do that video kind of recapping a few stocks like Tesla, DraftKings, InMode and all that anyway, tomorrow's video. So yeah, hope the video was useful. If it was, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.